Welcome everyone to season 2 of College Football Time with Avry and Miguel. I'm Miguel Mike Medina. This is my partner, Avery Jones. Avry, oh, it feels so good to do this again.
Yes, Miguel, I'm so excited for season 2. I'm glad you want to collaborate again. And it seems like it's been forever since college football playoff ended, but college football's back. We got this.
Yes, and we got to talk about the big one, Navy versus Notre Dame. Tomorrow they'll be playing at 2:30. Very high expectations for this Notre Dame team. They have a new quarterback, Sam Hartman, who transferred out of Wake Forest. And this is a good way for them to start the season against Navy. I do expect them to win. However, they shouldn't take Navy lightly. Navy, they like to blitz on defense. So, but Notre Dame, they have a good offensive lineman. So I'm not worried about that. Because Navy likes to blitz, Sam Hartman, let's see who he will throw it to this season, because I have a feeling that the Notre Dame wide receivers, they are due to a breakout, especially Merriweather. So I'm looking forward to what Notre Dame will bring to the table. Their schedule, they have like 3 or 4 teams that could give them a run for their money. But I do like this team better than last year. They did end the season strong last year, but Notre Dame, they have a lot of good things, and hopefully Sam Hartman will stay healthy. This is his 6th season, so let's see what happens.
I agree with you, Miguel. Not only is the history between Navy and Notre Dame, very long, it's a very interesting tradition because you have a U.S. military academy playing this very established football school. They've been playing since 1927. The only break in their series was 2020, of course, during the pandemic. And this game that is being played in Dublin was scheduled to be played in 2020. But I think our international fans can get a taste of American football in Dublin. And you're right, this is Coach Marcus Freeman's 2nd year at Notre Dame. He has high expectations. Notre Dame has high expectations. They had a very good season. They did have a rough start. Of course, that loss upset they received from Marshall, which I think is probably up there, with the upset of Appalachia State to Michigan back in 2007. But Notre Dame needs to start fast. Sam Hartman needs to lock in. He's a veteran in college football. So, as long as he starts strong, he shouldn't have a problem with the Navy defense. However, Navy has a new coach, Coach Brian Newberry, and he wants to disrupt Hartman the best way he can. We shouldn't count out Navy. The one thing I love about especially our United States military academies is they're scrappy. They're scrappy. And if you take them for granted, next thing you know, you're back in the locker room trying to figure out how you lost the game. Granted, Navy, they lost that thriller of Army, that 2 overtime thriller at the end of the season. And Notre Dame, they did finish out the season strong, but Notre Dame, as always, they have high expectations for the season. I see this being a very interesting game, close. It probably might get away later, but Notre Dame leads the series 81-13 with 1 tie, and they have won the last 5 games. So this is going to be an interesting game, and Notre Dame won last year 35-32. I hope this to be a close game. I really don't want this to be a blowout, especially for a marquee game opening college football, but we will see. We will see.
Yeah, although a lot of people are picking them to blow out Navy, but I see Notre Dame winning at least by 8 points against Navy. I'll give Navy that much their respect. So, but man, I really like Marcus Freeman. I think he's the what I like about him as a coach better than Coach Kelly is that he gives you that vibe that he's all in. He buys into the program. He believes in the program. He believes in his players. I'm not saying that Kelly didn't do that, but you could see that more out of him. You know, he's a young guy, second season, entering second season. He had an impressive first season. The way they ended the season beating South Carolina was huge. Um, they they gave Ohio State week one a run for the money. It was a tough loss, but you couldn't sense that it was a sign of good things coming for Notre Dame. But now they got themselves a quarterback. And like I said, there's something about that wide receiver position. Those guys, in my opinion, those are 1,000-yard caliber players that they have there. If you look at three of them, I forgot to write the names down, but Notre Dame has at least two or three wide receivers that could have 1,000-yard caliber season. So again, I'm just curious to see who will be Sam Hartman's go-to guy, and we would just have to wait and see for tomorrow, week one at 2:30. So it's gonna be huge. I can't wait to watch this game on NBC.
I agree with you, Miguel. Notre Dame always has high expectations. I was very appreciative and very excited about Coach Freeman's hiring for the job. I think the athletes, the football athletes themselves, were excited. And you're right. I think the camaraderie that he already brings and has already been established in college football is great for the program. And Notre Dame had a very good season. I mean, they ended with the win on South Carolina. South Carolina was on a tear by the time they got to Notre Dame. But Notre Dame always has a lot to prove. So I do hope to see great things from Notre Dame. And with this game tomorrow, um, I want it to be close in the beginning, like you. I don't want to blow out. So I see this being like a 30 to, let's say, 18 score. I see maybe about three scores going ahead for Notre Dame, but still don't count the Navy midshipmen out. There's something about these United States military academies. When they come to play these kind of top tier schools, they give it everything they got. There is no quit. So I could see this even going down to the wire, like last year, maybe some close calls, maybe defensive stances here and there. But Sam Hartman has been doing this for 6 years. So, he's established, he knows what he needs to do. He's a leader on that team, and it's going to be a great game tomorrow, 2:30, playing in Dublin, Ireland. I can't wait for college game day and how they're going to be appreciative of the Dublin crowd. So I see this being a very good game. Saturday afternoon, college football opening weekend.